What's up guys, welcome back to episode 3 of the series, and today we are going to be talking about equipment. So before starting, I just want to let you guys know that I've already uploaded 2 episodes before this, so if you guys want to know anything about what this series is about, you can go check those videos out. It will also be easier for you to follow up if you watch the previous videos. But even if you're just here for the equipment, that's fine. Without wasting any more time, let's just jump right into it. So when it comes to making short films or any kind of productions, there is like 10 different reasons as to why that production has chosen to shoot with that particular gear. Now, by the end of this video, I just want to explain my point of view as to why I have decided to go with this particular set of gear, so that if in the future you guys are trying to make a film of your own, you guys can refer back to this video, because I'll be covering a few points which are really crucial when it comes to selecting what gear you're shooting with. This will help you to save time, and also it will make your work easier. Alright, we are back onto Milanote. If you guys don't know what this is, you can go watch the first episode where I've explained what this whole thing is. It basically gives you information about the movie, the team. Then we have 2 different binders for production and creative binder. So production binder has basically stuff that is related to the production, and the creative binder has stuff related to writing and scripting. Since last time, I've added one column over here which is gear, so let's just dive into it. So inside this column, you can see I have 3 different columns again, or inside the board I have 3 different columns. First one is the video column. So the video column basically talks about what kind of video gear that we are going to use. So things like camera, lenses, and camera accessories. Then the audio column shows basically what kind of audio recording stuff that we are going to use, like microphones or audio accessories. And there's another column which is called as others. So here I'm going to basically put in the redundant stuff which is not really necessary for the production but might use it. And then also we'll have a different column for lighting. Right now I have not decided which lights that I'm going to use, so I don't have a column that shows what kind of lighting gear I'm going for. But anyways, firstly let's look at the most important thing when it comes to any production, and that is video. So here you can see in the video column I have 2 different sections. First one is for camera and glass, and the second one is camera accessories. So when it comes to the camera, we have a lot of different options. We have options like the Sony FX6, Sony FX9, we have the Blackmagics, the 4K, the 6K Pro, we have the Blackmagic Ursa Mini 4.2K. So we have a few options which are really good for making short films, and then we have some really high-end gear like a Red Raptor, I guess. But the thing is, with Red cameras, there's a lot of proprietary stuff that you need to use. So they have their proprietary SD cards, they have their proprietary SD card readers. It is really important to have a team when you're using that kind of stuff. And when it comes to my short film, I am the only one who is probably working on the videography or the cinematography for the entire movie. So trying to keep things simple is the most important thing when it comes to my production. But anyways, when it comes to the cameras, I've decided to go with the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro. That is a mouthful, but I love this camera. This is one of the best cameras to use if you're trying to work in any sort of production, may it be like making YouTube videos, making short films, advertisements. This is one of the best cameras to use. And the main reason why I prefer using a Blackmagic camera over, say, like a Sony is firstly because of the colors. The colors, the skin tones that come out of the Blackmagic cameras are just amazing. They are the most natural looking skin tones or colors that I've seen on any camera till date. And secondly, the highlight roll-off on the Blackmagic cameras is just amazing. It's so similar to what you see with your eyes that it doesn't feel like it's a movie. One more reason I have decided to go with Blackmagic cameras is B-RAW or Blackmagic RAW, which is a video codec or format that we can shoot on the Blackmagic. So this camera shoots in RAW, and you can import your footage into DaVinci Resolve Studio, which I bought recently. And you can do wonders to the footage. I will be showing you guys what kind of stuff you can do with Blackmagic footage. But anyways, that's the camera. When it comes to lenses, we have a few different options. Now we have a few cinema lenses as well, but the thing is that those lenses only come with a PL mount, and as far as I know, you cannot change the mount on those lenses. Like, they do come with an EF mount, which is the mount that you have on the Blackmagic camera, but the media loan shop in our university does not provide the mount, so that's an issue. That's why I have decided to go with Sigma Art lenses or Samyang lenses. Now I will be booking both of those lenses and I'll be showing you guys later in this video. But the Sigma Art lenses are, very sharp, they have this whole very modern look to them, and the Samyang lenses are a bit old, but they have a little bit of a character to them. Then we have a Samsung T7 Shield, which I recently purchased. This is an SSD that you can use to shoot BRAW 6K open gate footage right from the camera onto the SSD, which is really, really good. And then also we have one more thing here, which is the Siru, something like that, anamorphic adapter. So we do have anamorphic lenses, but those lenses only come with a Sony E mount, and you cannot get an E to EF mount because of the flange distance. So the flange distance is basically the distance between the mount and the sensor. It is practically impossible to mount any kind of Sony glass onto a Canon EF mount. So that's that. That is why I have decided to test this anamorphic adapter out and see what kind of footage I'm getting. But as far as what tests I have done, I am not really sure I might use this. So, let's just remove this adapter because I don't think I'll be using this adapter. Now, when it comes to audio accessories, I'm not really sure. This is just a very tentative list. So we have the Sennheiser MK-H416, which we are going to use as an external microphone, which will be mounted onto a boom pole. And that will directly plug into a Zoom H5 or H6. This depends on what my sound guy says, so that's up to him. Then we also have a Rode NTG5 that will be set up on the camera, so we'll be also recording audio onto the camera, so it becomes easier for me to sync up the audio in post. And when it comes to accessories, we have the boom pole. So that is the gear that I have decided. Now let me show you how the process is of us getting the gear. So we have this website called as Media Loan Shop. So I'll just open the website and just sign in. So here you can see that this is basically the loan shop website for our university, and we can book a lot of things through this website. So if I just go into book equipment here, you can see that there's a lot of things that we can book. There's a lot of video cameras, there's photo cameras, then there is accessories, different sort of accessories, audio accessories. We can loan out laptops as well if we want to. Then we can loan out tripods, gimbals, all kind of stuff. So this is basically like a rental service, but the only thing is that we don't have to pay anything because this is included inside our course fee. So yeah, this is usually how we book equipment from the university. So we just press on add to basket and create a booking, and then we have to go to the university to pick that stuff up. So that's how it usually works. But anyways, I have already booked out some equipment and I'll show you guys what kind of equipment I have. So first and foremost, we have this. This is the Blackmagic 6K Pro, as you can see. I hope it focuses. Yeah. So this is the camera that I'll be using to shoot my short film. Now, obviously, this is the bare bones version, or this is how you get it outside the box, but I'll be rigging this out. The Media Loan Shop does provide a rig for this camera, so I'll be booking the camera and the rig together. So this is the camera. Then we have few of the lenses here. These are the Sigma lenses that I was talking about. These are the Sigma Art lenses. These, as I said, these are very sharp lenses and amazing lenses. The one I'm using right now on my camera is also a Sigma lens, which is a 16mm f1.4. But that one is for APS-C sensors. This one is, you can use this one for full frame or Super 35 sensors, like the one on the Blackmagic 6K Pro. Other than that, I also have a Samyang lens. As I said, this is the lens which has a lot of character to the image. So these lenses are kind of old, but these are cinema lenses. They have T stops and not F stops. So might be using these, but I'm not really sure. So I'll be testing these out. Whichever looks better, I'll be going for that. So these are the Samyang lenses. They have I think 20, 25, 35, 50, 75 and 100 mil. So that's that. And also one more thing that I did get is this. So this is the Sure anamorphic adapter. The main purpose of this whole adapter is that you can turn your spherical lenses into anamorphic lenses. So this has a 1.25x squeeze factor. Whenever you are shooting, your image will be like squeezed horizontally so that you can get a much more wider field of view. But the thing is that with this adapter, I've tried using this, and the thing is that whenever you want to switch lenses, you have to take out this adapter first and then put it onto another lens and then put that lens onto the camera, and then again using this red button over here, you basically have to tune it to the lens that you're using. So this is a very big and time consuming process. So I've decided to not to use this adapter only for that reason. And the thing is that 1.25x squeeze is not a very large squeeze. These are technically designed to use with anamorphic lenses to increase their squeeze factor. So say for example, if you're using a 1.6 times squeeze lens, you can use this adapter to convert that into a 2 times squeeze lens. So most of the times these adapters are useful only for anamorphic lenses and not spherical lenses. And also you don't get that much of a character of an anamorphic lens if you put this adapter onto a normal spherical lens. So I've decided to not use this adapter. But anyways, when it comes to gear, the way I try to test gear out is I try to push the gear to its limit so that whenever I'm shooting, I know that I don't have to cross this threshold. Otherwise my footage is going to look bad. So when it comes to cameras, I'm mostly shooting outdoors. I'm shooting in low light to see what kind of grain I'm getting. And then I'm just using the footage that comes out of this camera, putting it onto DaVinci and trying to play around with the footage and trying to see how flexible you can be with the camera and the footage itself. So I had booked this equipment 2 days ago, that is on Friday, and today is a Sunday. And I've been playing around with the equipment for a while, and right now I'm going to show you guys why this camera is so amazing and why I am using this particular camera, even though with having an option to choose like a Sony FX6 or an FX9 as well. So let's dive into one of my favorite things to do, which is playing around with some footage in DaVinci Resolve. So now what we are going to do is I've shot a few clips from the Blackmagic 6K Pro, and we are going to open it in DaVinci Resolve. And I want to show you how you can play around with the footage that comes out of a Blackmagic camera. So this is DaVinci Resolve. This is the studio version, which is the paid version. I've recently bought the paid version because I've completely shifted my video editing workflow to DaVinci Resolve. And I feel like it is a really, really good investment. Firstly, because it is a one-time payment. It's not like Adobe where it is a subscription-based plan. And this is a one-time payment of around £245 or 25,000 to 26,000 Indian rupees, which is actually not very expensive when you consider say something like Adobe's Suite. I'll just open up a project that I've been working on. So this is a project that I was working on, trying to develop a look for my film. I've shot a few clips indoors and outdoors as well, but anyways, let's just forget about this. I'll show you what you can do with DaVinci Resolve footage. So let's just import this clip. As you can see, this clip is very much flat because this was shot in Blackmagic Film Gen 5 and this is also shot in Blackmagic RAW. So here's where the magic happens. Once you go into the color tab, now obviously the first thing you will do is convert this footage into say for example Rec 709. So what I'll do is I'll just apply one of my power grades to this clip, and as you can see, suddenly it looks very, very different. But say for example, after applying your grade, you feel like the clip is very much overexposed. Now what can you do? Well, you don't have to apply a layer on top of this video clip to change the exposure. What you can do is directly go into this section over here, which is called as Camera Raw, and then select this clip And here you can see all the settings that you can change. So say for example, this feels too dark and I want this clip to be a bit brighter. So I can just change the ISO to 640. Okay, so you're not doing these changes onto an adjustment layer and then putting that adjustment layer on top of the clip. This is happening on the clip. So this is the code of the clip is being changed simultaneously as you change the settings. Now the main advantage is that you don't sacrifice the quality of the footage. Okay, if you're adding layers on top of your footage and trying to fix a few things like exposure or white balance, then I feel like it kind of messes up with the quality of the footage. But when it comes to Blackmagic's cameras and Blackmagic RAW, this is the best part. You can just change whatever you like. So say for example, I want this clip to look much warmer. So I'll just go ahead and increase the color temperature, and there you have it. This clip now looks a bit warmer. I can change the tint. If I feel like this is a bit underexposed, then I can just bump the exposure by 1 stop, or then lower the exposure as well by few stops. Not only that, you can also change all the basic stuff that you can change, like saturation, contrast, midpoint, highlight, roll off, white levels, black levels, and all the other things. So that is the fun part when it comes to editing Blackmagic RAW footage on DaVinci Resolve. You have complete control. So even if you mess up while shooting, there is still hope of fixing it in post. And that is why I've decided to go with the Blackmagic cameras. And also, I mean, if you just look at the footage here, I'll just show you a few of the clips. If you just look at the footage, you can see how good this footage is. I'll just go full screen. I'll just play this shot. You can see how good the footage is. Obviously, this was shot handheld, so not my best work, but you can look at the colors. You can see the separation of colors in this scene. Not only that, there's a lot of other scenes that I've shot as well. So for example, this scene where I have my mouse. So this is just like a test scene for me trying to make a look for my movie. So yeah, this is all about Blackmagic RAW and DaVinci. So if you guys want me to explain how I got this look, or how you might go on ahead with trying to make your own look for your own film, do let me know in the comments below. I'll try to make a video on that as well. But yeah, anyways, that is how I'm usually testing out gear for my short films or any kind of new gear that comes out. The only way to test it is by using it, and I try to use it and I try to push it to its limits, and then I know how good the gear is. So yeah, that's how the whole testing process for the gear goes when it comes to me. So this was just like a base for you to understand what goes into testing the gear that I might use on the production. So yeah, that was pretty much it for this video. I hope you learned something new. These videos are not scripted at all, so there might be a lot of cuts in between, but I try to explain all the stuff that I do so that it becomes easier for you guys as well to follow up, and it also helps you out with your own productions. But anyways, that was pretty much it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video or the next episode. Bye bye.